Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Amar bin Salim from the Office of Advancement, and we are live from LUMS once again. I welcome you to the second day of our Knowledge Week for the Suleiman Dawood School of Business, which basically is a webcast series for some of the programs that we teach at SDSB. Yesterday, we covered two programs those were MS Financial Management, MS Accounting and Analytics. Today is our day for MS Supply Chain and Retail Management. But before we move on to the rest of the program, I'd like to acquaint you with the schedule for the rest of the week first. So tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be covering MS Healthcare Management and Innovation. Day after that, which will be 7th January, we'll be talking about Executive MBA. And we'll wrap this week up with our webcast for MBA, Master of Business Administration. Now, as we all are aware, all of these programs are offered through SDSB or Suleiman Dawood School of Business, which is the most celebrated business school in the country. And it has a remarkable reputation for producing highly effective corporate leaders, highly effective managers, and innovators. And on top of that, SDSB is the first, and it is also the only business school in Pakistan to have secured the AAC-SB accreditation. And that is an achievement that puts us amongst the top 5% of the world's business schools. Now, today we'll definitely be talking about the MS Supply Chain and Retail Management program. We'll talk about its structure, but we'll not limit ourselves to the discussion of important dates and the admission criteria. No, we will also be talking about how relevant this degree will be for the graduates, for the students. How is the whole supply chain and retail management concept is evolving, not only in Pakistan, but across the globe. And be sure, please keep this in mind, that this program is being done for you, for our audience, basically, for the applicants. So in case you have any suggestions, you have any questions, you have any confusions, and that you want directly to get answers to from our panelists, please make sure you are writing them in the comment section from wherever you're watching this program, and our social media team will pick those questions up and will relay them to us. And I will make sure that I try to find their answers by speaking to our panelists. So without further ado, I welcome Doctors Shakil Sadiq Jaja, Hassan Rauf, Osman Khalid, and Mr. Ehsan Umar. Dr. Shakil is an Associate Professor of Operations and Supply Chain Management, and he is also the Program Director for this program, MS Supply Chain and Retail Management. And yes, you'll definitely be seeing him again on Thursday because he is also the director for the Executive MBA program at SDSB. Dr. Hassan holds a PhD in Supply Chain Management from North Carolina State University, and he is presently teaching at SDSB as an assistant professor. Dr. Osman is an assistant professor at SDSB, and he also specializes in the teaching of supply chain management courses. And Mr. Ehsan Umar is a LUMS graduate and an executive in residence. He did his executive MBA from here and has extensive experience of working in the corporate sector, including working at numerous organizations, including Nestle and Total Parco. So gentlemen, my wholehearted gratitude to you for taking time out for the benefit of our applicants, for the benefit of our audience. And without further ado, I'll be starting with you, Dr. Shakil. Dr. Shakil, welcome once again. Could you please introduce the program to our audience and also shed some light on the way we have structured the whole program?
Thank you very much, Amar. It is a pleasure to be here on this panel, and thank you also for organizing this conversation. And thanks also to those who are joining this conversation on social media and at various platforms. So you see, before I talk about the program, I would like to give you some sense of how, the supply chain and retailing is understood and where this program is placed. So see, these days, customers, they are facing a lot of options as far as their need service is concerned. So they, in terms of products or services that they want to buy, they have so many different options. Huge proliferation of products. New products are coming out very, very quickly. Product life cycles are reducing. Innovations are coming very, very quickly. And we are seeing unprecedented speed of innovations coming on the product and service side. And if you look at the supply side now, supply chain or the supply mechanism or the processes or organizations that are trying to deliver those solutions and services and products, they are also seeing unprecedented amount of complexity. So today's supply chains are global. So you are sitting in Pakistan and you are sourcing from Malaysia, you are sourcing from Japan, you're serving a consumer in Europe and you are sourcing from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, and so on. So huge complexity as far as sourcing is concerned. Now, this globalization has also seen a lot of uncertainty, and COVID is just an example. Before that, also we have seen a lot of uncertainty. For example, tsunami disrupted the whole world supply chain. Financial crisis in 2008 again disrupted the supply chains across the world, and this globalization has basically made that even more complex problem. So therefore, suppliers as well as original manufacturers, as well as the distributors and retailers who are trying to serve those customer needs, offer products and goods and services, they are also facing very, very rapidly changing supply chain and huge amount of complexity. Now, this is not a simple problem to address. So we need now people who are expert in managing supply chains, who are expert in managing the retailing end of the supply chain also. And some of the themes that you see that have been cross-cutting across the supply chain and retailing, for example, the question of technology, how technology is changing retailing, manufacturing, service operations, supply side, distribution, logistics, everything. Sustainability, again, another very important dimension, and it's a question of becoming sustainable on every part of your supply chain. And there are so many other themes which are linked and shaping today's supply chain and retail functions. So this is the complexity that organizations are facing. Now, where is the manpower? Where are the managers? Where are the trained professionals who can take on these challenges, which are not only locally grounded, they are also connected to how global supply chains are working. So I think that, and that's what the sense of faculty at the business school is, that those trained and developed professionals who can manage the supply chain from the maybe tier 3 level supplier to a retailer, those are the professionals, those are the senior managers that we think are being, their supply is being outpaced by the demand from the industry. So that's where this program is positioned. We want to create those professionals who want to act as change agents in how supply chain and retailing functions are working in this country and in this region and hopefully in the world. So that's the objective of this program, and this is for whom this program is positioned. So I think that gives you some sense of what's the motivation behind this program, and what's the sense of the faculty and executive in residence at St. Umar, how we are seeing this program at SDSP. So does that speak to your question, or you would like
It does. It surely does, Dr. Zezza. And there was another part of my question, but I'm going to ask that later, inshallah, once again. That will be about structure, and for that, I'm going to come to you again. Essen, I'm quickly going to move on to you. How deeply embedded do you see the system of supply chain management in today's world? और जहाँ पे आप ये बात करें, एसन काइंडली ये भी बताइएगा इसकी एप्लीकेशन उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए क्या होगी, उन ग्रेजुएट्स के लिए कैसे होती है इंडस्ट्री में जब वो ग्रेजुएट कर जाते हैं ऑफ कोर्स हमारे इस प्रोग्राम से, तो वो इंडस्ट्री में किधर अपने आप को देख सकते हैं या कहाँ पे उनके लिए जॉब लेना उनके लिए ज़्यादा आसान होता है?
Well, I think organizations have changed immensely in last few years. आज का जो ज़माना है वो बहुत बदल गया है. जिस तरह से टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो रही है, जिस तरह से टेक्नोलॉजी की एडॉप्शन हो रही है. पहले टेक्नोलॉजी मौजूद भी थी तो उसकी एडॉप्शन नहीं हो रही थी, बट नाउ द रेट ऑफ एडॉप्शन इज एक्सट्रीमली फास्ट. कोविड को अगर आप देख लें तो कोविड की वजह से तो टेक्नोलॉजी और भी ज़्यादा तेज़ी से लोगों ने अडॉप्ट की है और सप्लाई चेन्स ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स हो रही हैं. ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में भी पहले सप्लाई चेन फंक्शन एज इट इज़ एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता था. ये भी एक रिसेंट फिनोमिना है कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में वो फंक्शंस जो ट्रेडिशनली या मार्केटिंग के अंदर, सेल्स के अंदर होते थे, या प्रोडक्शन के अंदर होते थे, या वो फाइनेंस के अंदर वो फंक्शंस होते थे, वो यानी आप यूं समझ लीजिए कि स्कैटर्ड थे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर। अब वक्त के साथ साथ जैसे जैसे कंज्यूमर रिस्पांस हमें बेहतर चाहिए, हमें कस्टमर्स को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए हमारे सर्विस लेवल्स बेहतर करने की ज़रूरत है, कंपटीशन ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है, तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस रीस्ट्रक्चर हो गई हैं। Now every organization that we see, especially large organizations, they have a dedicated supply chain department. और वो चीज़ें जैसे मैंने जिक्र किया कि पहले दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट्स में पड़ी होती थी, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल वेयर हाउसिंग है या प्रोक्योरमेंट है, इन्वेंट्री है, ये चीज़ें फाइनेंस के अंडर पड़ी होती थी, या सेल्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वेयर हाउसिंग के कुछ एस्पेक्ट्स वो सेल्स के अंदर पड़े होते थे, या कस्टमर रिलेशनशिप मैनेजमेंट है तो वो मार्केटिंग कर रही होती थी। तो ये सारे जो फंक्शंस हैं ये स्कैटर्ड थे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर। अब सप्लाई चेन डिपार्टमेंट में ये हुआ कि कंसोलिडेशन होके ये सारे फंक्शंस अब एक सप्लाई चेन डिपार्टमेंट के नीचे आ गए। सो दैट्स ए मेजर शिफ्ट द वे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड टुडे। और ये जो एंड टू एंड एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव अप्रोच है, यहाँ पर मैं समझता हूँ कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को ऐसे लीडर्स चाहिए जिनको इन फंक्शंस की डिटेल्स का पता हो। फॉर एग्जांपल इन्वेंट्री ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इज ए की एरिया, चाहे वो रिटेल के अंदर हो, चाहे वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के अंदर हो, किसी भी जगह पे हो, आपकी इन्वेंट्री कैन और इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट कैन सेव यू टन्स एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ मनी। तो ये वो सारी चीजें हैं जो एक किसी लेमैन को नहीं पता, या फाइनेंस के लोगों को ऐसा जिसके ऊपर ट्रेन नहीं किया जाता। सो सप्लाई चेन and the people who master in supply chain, they are expert of these optimization techniques, optimization models, और ये वो सारी चीजें हैं जो एंड टू एंड सप्लाई चेन की समझ जिसको हो वही इन चीजों को कर सकता है। सो आई थिंक जो हमारा प्रोग्राम है उसका डिजाइन ऐसा है कि वो इस सप्लाई चेन की एंड टू एंड ऑप्टिमाइजेशन के ऊपर फोकस करता है। सो क्लियरली सप्लाई चेन के लीडर्स की जरूरत है। एक और जैसे मैंने शुरू में टच किया, डॉक्टर जज्जा वाज आल्सो टेलिंग अबाउट इट, कि टेक्नोलॉजी की जो एडॉप्शन है, और टेक्नोलॉजी के से अब अगर आप देखें तो जिस तरह डाटा एनालिटिक्स है, बिग डाटा है, RFID है, यानी इन डिफरेंट एरियाज की एप्लीकेशंस बड़ी स्पेशलाइज्ड हो गई हैं। आपने अगर स्टॉक्स की ट्रैकिंग करनी है कि स्टॉक्स जो है रॉ मटेरियल से लेके फिनिश प्रोडक्ट तक मूव किस तरह कर रहे हैं, तो दैट इज आल्सो ए साइंस। ERP को हम इंटीग्रेट करते हैं अपनी सप्लाई चेन के अंदर, और फिर CRM का जो फ्रंट एंड है जो पहले कभी मार्केटिंग के अंडर होता था, वो भी अब हमें नजर आता है कि सप्लाई चेन के अंदर आ गया है। तो ये चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सिमिलरली जो प्रोक्योरमेंट है जो पहले फाइनेंस के अंदर होती थी, और अगर आप सस्टेनेबिलिटी को इसके साथ लिंक करें और कस्टमर नीड्स को इसके साथ लिंक करें, और कस्टमर की जो अवेयरनेस है और आज का कस्टमर जिस तरह से इन्वायरमेंट को देखना चाहता है, इन चीजों को अगर आप देखें तो सस्टेनेबिलिटी इज ए की एरिया। यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट कि सस्टेनेबिलिटी का कॉन्सेप्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर फ्रेगमेंट्स के अंदर प्रैक्टिस हो रहा हो। सो इट हैज टू बी अगेन एन एंड टू एंड कॉन्सेप्ट। सो सस्टेनेबिलिटी आई बिलीव इज द की, इज द फ्यूचर फॉर द प्लैनेट एंड फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस। तो जो ये सप्लाई चेन लीडर्स हैं उनके लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत ज्यादा हैं बिकॉज ऑफ दीज थ्री थिंग्स। एक तो जो कोर एरियाज हैं बिजनेस के वो सप्लाई चेन के अंडर आ रहे हैं, दूसरा ये कि टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत तेजी से उसकी अडॉप्शन हो रही है, और तीसरा ये कि जो सस्टेनेबिलिटी का जो टॉल है पूरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के ऊपर और सोसाइटी के ऊपर, उसको किस तरह से आपने एफिशिएंटली मैनेज करना है। सो वी नीड दोज पीपल, वी नीड दोज लीडर्स हु कैन एड्रेस ऑल दीज चैलेंजेस, एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर इमेंस।
Okay, so we can safely establish that there are numerous opportunities once our students graduate with this MS Supply Chain and Retail Management. And SN, मैं आपके पास दोबारा भी इंशाल्लाह आऊँगा with more to discuss with regards to inventory management and optimization. And जैसे डॉक्टर जज्जा ने कहा कि टेक्नोलॉजी का क्या impact है on supply chain. But now I'd like to move on to Dr. Hassan. Dr. Hassan, what is the main teaching methodology that we employ at SDSV, and how do you see that will aid in the teaching of very significant concepts for MS Supply Chain and RM?
Thank you, Mark. So generally for our MBA, which has been a flagship program, that's primarily case-based. But for these master's program, we're looking at some sort of a blended instruction methodology, because we're talking about some hands-on learning, some tools-based learning, along with some strategic kind of orientation for the students. So that has to be, so we had a discussion, and that requires coverage at multiple levels. So we're looking at providing tool-based opportunities so that they can learn about the technology that Essen was talking about. They can learn about optimization, inventory, and along with that, we want to give them a flavor of decision making, which comes through simulations, scenario planning, case methodology, so that once they are out, they're ready to go and add value to the organizations. So that's we're looking at a blended kind of environment. And in addition, especially with the past year, with instruction mechanism moving towards an online kind of an environment. So from that perspective as well, we're looking for a blended kind of a system with online and as we move on, inshallah. So once things get normal, so we're looking at a blended kind of a structure as well there.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. और मैं ये blended component जो है हमारा for online learning, इस पे मैं Dr. Jajja की take भी लूँगा after I go to Dr. Usman first. Dr. Usman, what educational backgrounds do we look for in our applicants? I mean, उनके ये एक confusion भी हो सकती है हमारे viewers के उनके opinion में maybe कि हमारी background भी supply chain में ही होनी चाहिए. Is that true? Yeah, is this just a myth?
Okay, thank you very much, Ammar. Actually, as my colleagues, Essen and Dr. Jajja have explained that thing very well. Supply chain is a very dynamic and a very overarching kind of concept. It actually kind of inculcates all the various functions in a department, rather in an organization. The functions right from procurement till the retail, including finance, and all of these things are somehow covered, are somehow related with supply chain management in one way or the other. So basically what we are looking for in our candidates are particularly the candidates who have some kind of some relevant industrial experience. But having said that, it is not that we are only expecting those particular candidates who have certain industrial experience with them. We are actually also welcoming fresh graduates. So this industrial experience will be an added advantage. But it is not to say that we will be admitting only those particular candidates who have that industrial experience with them. The program will be open for the fresh graduates as well. And it is not that we are looking only for the people who have certain experience in the supply chain function. As I've already mentioned, the program will be open for the people, for all of those candidates who have certain experience, industrial experience with them. I hope this answers your question.
This certainly does. Thank you so much, Dr. Usman, for such a detailed answer as to what we look for in candidates with regards to their previous background, academically and with regards to their experience as well. But अब मैं आता हूँ डॉक्टर जज्जा, जैसे मैंने आपसे पहले भी कमिट किया था कि मैं आपके पास आऊँगा स्ट्रक्चर रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि मेरा ख्याल है ऑडियंस काफी ज्यादा इस वक्त जो है वो शो भी हो रहा है कि वो पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि एक तो स्ट्रक्चर काइंडली इसका एक्सप्लेन कीजिएगा, दूसरा इस प्रोग्राम की एक्रेडिटेशन के हवाले से काइंडली गाइड कीजिएगा.
Okay, so I would like to actually talk about one more thing before I move on to the structure, and then you want me to talk about the acknowledgement of this program. So yes, so on admission, Ammar, this is very important. I think the most important thing for us would be the fire in the belly. Do you have fire in the belly? So we will see that, can you really make a change when you graduate from us? And an indication of that would be, what have you been doing in the past? So that we can assess by looking at your academic credentials. You're looking at your experience, the projects that you have undertaken, the aspirations that you have about yourself in the future, what value you can bring in the class, what is that your class fellows can learn from you, and how good you can be for the learning process. So I think these are some of the things that we look at, or we try to gauge in a candidate when we are admitting a candidate and the admission, the documents or those details that you have to provide, they are given on the website already. Now, I would also like to talk about the diversity in the academic background. See, I have been looking at supply chain managers, or I have been interacting with them for quite a years now, a number of years in Pakistan. What I've seen is that in supply chain, the educational backgrounds are very diverse. So sometimes, engineers are involved in the supply chain function. Sometimes I have seen even lawyers are involved in the supply chain function because they are dealing with contracts and regulations, those things. I have seen international business graduates linking in supply chain because they are dealing with exports or import of raw materials and so on. I have seen people in the retailing operations who have a background, general business background. They are working in retail functions and they are doing the same jobs that supply chain managers would be doing. So supply chain, since it deals with a number of different organizational issues, it welcomes diversity in the academic profile, and that's what we are going to look in this program also. Now, also on the structure part, so this program has been very innovatively designed. So what we are doing is we are saying there will be 3 modules in the first year of your MS. And in those 3 modules, there would be certain number of days that you will have to come to the campus regularly. They would be very limited, maybe 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, something like that. And you will have to come on the campus for those days. Otherwise, you will attend classes on alternative weekends, meaning on alternative Saturday, Sunday, you will take classes. And another innovation that we have done in this is that on one alternative weekend, you will come on campus. On the other alternative weekend, you will study online. So practically speaking, I would say that perhaps it's once a month that you have to come on campus to be a part of this program. Now, the idea is, why did we do that? We did that because we wanted to make this program a national level program, a program that outreaches professionals in Karachi, in south of the country, in the north of the country, so that they are not constrained by the location of LUMS. They want to become part of LUMS, they should be given an opportunity to become part of LUMS. As Director Executive MBA, I have been receiving this feedback for so many years, and also as a faculty member from our professionals, very valuable experience living in Karachi. We would want them to be part of our programs in graduate programs also. They are certainly in our undergraduate programs, in our regular MBA programs, but I think in graduate program, in this program, we would like to have input from the participation from the overall different places of the country. So that's the structure, and that's how it connects with the potential applicants we have in this country. On the acknowledgement of this program, Ammar, we are AACSB accredited business school in this country. We are the only business school who has this accreditation in Pakistan. And that I think makes us top 3% or perhaps 1% of the world in terms of number of businesses who have been able to, I think you have that number, who have been able to get that accreditation. That speaks to—
There are slightly more than 800 schools with this accreditation. That puts us among the top 5%.
Top 5% of the business schools in the world. So that AACSB accreditation speaks to the quality of education that we deliver at STSB. And STSB, as you know, and it's commonly believed also, provides the best education in this country in business. So that's as far as the acknowledgement of this degree is concerned.
Thank you, Dr. Jaja, for such a detailed response to my question on structure, on the acknowledgement of the program, and acknowledgement of the school as well. But before we move on, Ehsan, I'd like to come to you. I understand that their technology has a lot of role to play in today's supply chain and retail function. But what technologies, if you could name a few, if you could discuss a few, will we be teaching when students come to us at STS? मुझे तो वही याद है जो मुझे डॉक्टर हसन ने पढ़ाया था, डॉक्टर सहरा ने पढ़ाया था मेरी REDC की ट्रेनिंग में। तो वो तो थोड़ा सा MS प्रोजेक्ट का था वो थोड़ा सा, लेकिन जो स्टूडेंट्स हमारे आएंगे ऑफ कोर्स दे आर गोना बी स्पेशलाइज्ड लर्नर्स, तो उनको आप किस तरह से हम डील करेंगे?
Okay, there are two aspects to this. One is that how technology enables you, and how these technology platforms make you more powerful to solve organizational problems. And the other bit is the technical side of the technology. So I will not touch upon the technical side because that's neither my domain nor I think it is essential. But things that the technologies that give us the power to manage our business better. Like for example, ERP systems. Now, ERP systems give you that power whereby there is extreme transparency and interconnectivity and exchange of information and data and finances, and everything is seamless. So that is one part of the technology whereby your production planning, your raw materials, your finished products, your inventory in the warehouses, your inventory at the supplier end, and then your inventory in during the logistics, whether it is inbound or outbound. So everything is visible to you. So that makes all the, what does this do? This makes customer service better. This makes the profitability of the organization better, whereby you are not stock out, you are not overstocked. So you are not, keeping your finances tied up into extra inventory. Neither you are losing your sales because you don't have inventory. So inventory optimization की भी जब हम बात कर रहे थे, तो technology वो platform कोई भी हो सकता है. Like for example, ERPs, there are 10 type of ERPs or 10 brands of different softwares that can be used. But the thing is, as a supply chain expert, what do? We design supply chains looking at what is the product assortment that we have, what value we want to deliver to the customer in terms of whether the product is basic or whether the product is innovative. And this is a continuum that what is your assortment and what kind of customer needs this assortment satisfied. That is one end. And on the other end, how is our supply base? What is the stage of our vendor development or supplier development? Do we have a single source? Do we have multiple source? Do we have any type of risks? Is this an issue with stability of supply chain? And then we use techniques such as whether we will, so we design multiple supply chains whereby we see that, okay, we need to follow a Pareto rule, Pareto principles in certain cases. We have to do ABC analysis in other cases. We have to do, EOQ analysis in other cases. And then we have to follow JIT in other cases. So these are different inventory models that will help us ensure that we are not overstocked at any given point in time, and we are not out of stock any given point of time so that we lose sales. So technology is obviously is a targeted thing. It targets the goal and the objective that we want to achieve. So that was one I talked about inventory. Now the second, let's say in the retail environment, especially when you are managing, huge stores, now you see that the retail landscape has really changed over time. And the big changes that we see around us is establishment of malls. We see, dozens of malls now in Pakistan, international standards. Then we see these big box retailers, and then we see this restaurant business and the way even now the local restaurants are expanding. And you look at with this, inflow of international retailers, how our local retailers have also learned and they have grown into retail chains. You take the example of Jalal Sons, you take the examples of Al Fateh, you take the example of Rainbow Cash and Carry and Imtiaz, for example. So these were small retailers couple of years back, and today they have grown multiple times. Now, how it has happened? It has happened because of technology. It has happened because of now the technology is not just managing products and managing people and managing, your email communication and your collaboration tools, etc. Rather, you see that how this expansion is taking place physically. Now you have companies who have come to give you models, those expansion models. You can replicate stores, similar stores. Look at Jalal Sons. Now, who is managing expansion of Jalal Sons? It is a retail experience company that enhances the experience of retailing within an organization for the customers. So technology always have applications. Now take the example of security. Now these all, you know, CCTV cameras, RFIDs, track and trace, authentication, you know, technology that authenticates that whether the products are genuine or not. So all these technologies are there and they facilitate business. They empower organizations and people working for organization to add value for the customer, to enhance customer experience. So to me, I think data analytics, the way this field is developing, again, it is based on technology. If you look at e-commerce, it's again based on technology. If you look at POS systems in retail environment, again based on technology. And more importantly, the integration of these different technologies at one point to create value for the organization.
True. Thank you so much, Essen. आपने बड़े अच्छे तरीके से explain किया technology किस तरह से embed होगी इधर, और कुछ का तो आपने नाम भी लिया, कुछ को तो मैं भी identify कर पा रहा था कि मैंने भी इनके बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़ा है। और अब थोड़ा सा community questions लेते हैं। शौकत हमसे पूछ रहे हैं, does my current institution of education affect my chances of being selected as a transfer student? तो मैं ये डॉक्टर उस्मान की तरफ राउट करता हूँ ये क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि उन्होंने पहले भी बात की है कि क्या बैकग्राउंड्स हो सकती है। तो डॉक्टर उस्मान, अगेन क्वेश्चन मैं रिपीट करता हूँ, डज माय करंट इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ एजुकेशन इफेक्ट माय चांसेस ऑफ बीइंग सिलेक्टेड एज अ ट्रांसफर स्टूडेंट? शौकत ये क्वेश्चन कह रहे हैं।
I think not. आपका institution of course matter करता है, in the sense that the kind of education you are getting from there, and otherwise apart from this, आपका educational background will be evaluating your degree as a whole, what you're learning as a whole. ठीक, आपने learn क्या किया from your institution, that will matter more than the institution itself. कि आप किस background से, किस institution से. I think that will be more important. The learning from your institution, that will be more important rather than the institution itself.
ओके डॉक्टर जज्जा, मैं आपके पास आता हूँ। अब आपसे रिक्वेस्ट भी होगी और क्वेश्चन भी कुछ इस किस्म के ही हैं आ रहे हमारे पास सोशल मीडिया पे इस वक्त, कि प्री रेक्विजिट्स क्या हैं इस प्रोग्राम को ज्वाइन करने के लिए, एडमिशन क्राइटेरिया जो है वो क्या है? अगर आप इस बारे में थोड़ा सा गाइड कर दें हमारी ऑडियंस को।
जी, the basic admission requirement is 16 years of education. And as I mentioned before, we are going to look at the diversity in the class. So therefore, we will welcome educational background from different areas. They should be relevant to what the candidate is trying to do currently and also in future. Secondly, we are going to look at the admission test result. And there are 3 options for admission test. You can take GMAT or GRE or GAT of NTS, National Testing Service. Thirdly, we shall also look at the experience of the candidate, experience in terms of quality and also duration of the experience. So that is going to count. Also, we look at your purpose of joining the program, and there are some sections in the application where we ask you that why are you interested in this program, and we also look at the recommendation letters and what kind of skill set you are bringing to the program. I think these are some of the factors that we are going to look at as we evaluate an application. Also, there will be an interview. So that interview will give us an opportunity to explore more about the candidate. So this is, I think this speaks to the admissions criteria related details. And you also pointed out something else. As what else do you want me to talk about? Admissions and?
That was mainly about it. Admission criteria क्या है हमारा इसमें?
Right. Good.
So थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर जज्जा, आपने एक्सप्लेन किया एडमिशन क्राइटेरिया हमारा, और मैं यहाँ पे ऑडियंस को ये भी बता दूं, एंड आई एम गोना रिपीट दिस ओवर एंड ओवर अगेन टू मेक श्योर दैट यू कीप दिस इन योर माइंड, that the last day to apply for to fill in your online application is 8th of June. So make sure we're getting your application within stipulated deadline. मगर मैं आपको ये रिक्वेस्ट भी करूंगा, और मैं आपको इसमें बता दूं कि लास्ट डे पे डिले करने से बहुत बेहतर है कि आप अभी ही अपनी एप्लीकेशन जो है क्रिएट करके उसे फिल इन करना स्टार्ट कर दें. एंड जैसे डॉक्टर जज्जा ने एक्सप्लेन भी किया, मैं भी आपको इसको बता दूं कि टेस्टिंग रिक्वायरमेंट्स इंक्लूड कि आपने एटलीस्ट 1 टेस्ट देना है. इट कुड बी GRE, it could be GMAT, it could be CAT, but you need to make sure that you have taken that particular exam, whichever one you select, by 1st of June. So that is very important कि आपने ये टेस्ट तब तक दे दिया हो. अच्छा, अपने नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ जाते हैं. इनायत हमसे ये क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं कि नॉर्मली इन विच इंडस्ट्रीज डू द ग्रेजुएट्स ऑफ MS SCRM वर्क, नॉट ओनली इन पाकिस्तान बट इन वर्ल्ड जनरली. डॉक्टर हसन, आप की तरफ आता हूँ इस क्वेश्चन को लेके. वैसे तो मुझे समझ जो आई अभी तक वो ये है कि तकरीबन अक्सर ही इंडस्ट्रीज में इसकी एप्लीकेशन है SCRM प्रोग्राम की, लेकिन आपके अपने ओपिनियन और एक्सपीरियंस में आप कहाँ ज़्यादा इसकी एप्लीकेशन लगती है?
थैंक यू मार्क. देखिए, इसमें I don't see any industry के जहाँ पे इसका fit नहीं होता है. For example, just to give you an idea, because as continuing with what Essen said in terms of the implementation of technology, so that is one continuum. The other continuum which we are looking to explore or we want to build is on the strategy side. So we want to develop strategy leaders who can think beyond their current positions, because just to share, when I graduated back in 90s and textile industry was my first employer, so tab every person in the industry was focused towards WTO. Okay, those are पांच में we're talking toward going towards globalization, or so it will be every country would be competing against every other country, or quotas abolish हो जाएंगे. And so उसके बाद we saw के the emergence of China और किस तरीके से they overtook export markets. उसके बाद फिर then, so it's a dynamic world. अब with last year what has happened, plus एक तो ये COVID की वजह से, and then given the trade wars between different blocks, so दोबारा से people have been talking about regionalization. Plus फिर then you throw in sustainability, तो फिर people are talking about reducing the logistics or transportation within the supply chain. So we are again looking at localization. So we want to develop leaders who can, while being in their present, can think and can assess where the industry is heading. और उसको सोचने के लिए you have to think beyond your current industry, because sustainability की बात ले लें, so उसमें बहुत सी चीजें दूसरी इंडस्ट्री में जो हो रही होती हैं, they would become relevant to your industry sooner or later. So primarily तो जिस तरह retail and supply chain as it says, so retail and manufacturing is one thing where it has जिधर लोग समझ सकते हैं कि directly application है, but also in the service sector, चाहे वो food delivery की service हो, चाहे वो healthcare की service हो, or any other service, you would find the application of what we will be teaching throughout this program would be relevant in that industry.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. डॉक्टर जज्जा, आपने पहले एक्सप्लेन किया जब प्रोग्राम स्ट्रक्चर, तो मेरा ख्याल है सबसे ज़्यादा लम्स में उसमें मैं ही खुश हूँ, क्योंकि आई ऑल्सो लुक आफ्टर आर पीपल इन कराची, और स्पेशली फॉर द अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम्स. मैं अक्सर कराची जाता हूँ, वहाँ पे लोगों से मुलाकात भी होती है, और वो अक्सर मुझसे ये पूछते हैं कि यार आपके मास्टर्स में हम आना तो चाहते हैं, लम से करना तो चाहते हैं, हम बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी से इसको करेंगे, लेकिन हम जॉब नहीं अपनी छोड़ सकते हैं, या हमें कोई ऐसा प्रोग्राम चाहिए था जिसको हम मैनेज कर सके अपनी जॉब के साथ. लेकिन मेरा ख्याल है शायद, अब पता नहीं शायद मैं बायस हो रहा हूँ या क्या आप कह सकते हैं, लेकिन क्या कराची में शायद अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत अच्छी हैं जो लोग वहाँ पे जॉब छोड़ने को विलिंग नहीं है, बट ऑफ कोर्स देयर आर सर्टेन फैमिली रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज एज वेल. अभी हमारे पास जो क्वेश्चन है दैट इज आल्सो फ्रॉम कराची, एंड वो it's being asked, is there any provision that professionals working in Karachi can also take part in this program, or could take part of this program, like they have, and also for the people who have done MBA. And this is being asked by Khushnaveed Ahmed. तो जिन लोगों ने MBA ऑलरेडी कर लिए उनके लिए कितना इफेक्टिव होगा ये प्रोग्राम, और कराची से क्या मैनेज हो सकेगा या और किस तरह?
Right. So, Amar, one MBA in Pakistan, there are two MBAs what I've come across applicants. So one is 16 years of education. They can definitely come and join this program. The other is 18 years MBA. They can also come in this program. Now, the other question that an MBA person would like to look at is that what is the additional value that this program will bring in? So MBA, if you look at, is a broad-based, extensive program which offers you flavor of all different areas, but does not give you an intensive understanding of a certain area. So this supply chain and retail management will build on the understanding, general business understanding, and will give intensive educational experience in supply chain and retail management. So in both ways, I see a person who has done MBA would like to or might like to join this program if that person wants to see a career in supply chain and retailing management. Now to your second question of Karachi. So yes, those who are working in Karachi or Islamabad or Peshawar, I would even say Quetta, so they can join this program. The program is structured in such a way that I think if I were in Karachi and I wanted to join this program, I would on every fourth weekend take, will carpool, and then I will come on GT Road and come to Lahore, take classes and go back. So if I have more money, I will buy flight ticket also. So I think this can be done. This can be done. It depends on how eagerly you want to do this program. This program will be very rigorous. That is also, I think, something that we would like to share with our prospective students. And I think Ahsan Umar can speak to this more clearly and provide an evidence also. I can also, but I am a PhD graduate. Ahsan Umar is MBA graduate from us. So this is going to be very extensive. Although we are saying that this will require your 2 days of taking classes at LUMS after every 2 weeks, but this program is going to give you enough work that it will keep you awake for many nights between those 2 weeks, weekend classes. So that is something also that I would like to be taken into account when somebody is making a decision of joining this program.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर चाचा। मैं वैसे भी इसके बाद एहसन के पास आना ही चाह रहा था। एहसन, एक क्वेश्चन है, वैसे थोड़ा सा डिस्कशन को थोड़ा सा जरा एक दूसरी डायरेक्शन में भी अब ले जाते हैं। आप तो लम्स के स्टूडेंट भी रहे हैं, अब जो हमें आपसे पर्सपेक्टिव चाहिए वो मेरा ख्याल है काफी हद तक रेलेवेंट है उन ऑडियंसेस के लिए जो कि क्वेश्चन अक्सर ये पूछते भी और पूछ भी रहे हैं। और हम इस वक्त ये पूछ रही हैं हमसे, व्हाट डज एन एवरेज डे ऑफ अ बिजनेस स्कूल स्टूडेंट look like? And some people say there is a lot of pressure that a student has to face. Is that true? हम जो लास्ट हमने जो वेबकास्ट किया उसमें तो ये एग्री कर लिया कि there were a few sleepless nights for some students जिन्होंने हमारे पिछले प्रोग्राम वेबकास्ट में जिनके लिए वो था एग्जीक्यूटिव MSSCRM के लिए किस हद तक ये रेलेवेंट होगा? और सबसे पहले ये बताइए कि बिजनेस स्टूडेंट की लाइफ होती कैसी है STSP में?
Thank you. This is a very interesting question and I think many people will relate to it. पहले तो मैं जजा साहब जहाँ से बात कर रहे थे उसको थोड़ा सा आगे लेके जाना चाहूँगा कि क्योंकि जब मैं यहाँ पे एग्जेक्टिव MBA कर रहा था तो हमारा भी प्रोग्राम वीकेंड्स का प्रोग्राम था, ऑल्टरनेट वीकेंड्स पे हमारी क्लासेस होती थी। तो बहुत सारे हमारे क्लास फेलोज जो हमारे साथ थे और फिर जो हमसे अगला बैच था, जो हमसे पिछला बैच था, तो दे वर फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द प्लेसेस, स्पेशली नॉर्थ से, इस्लामाबाद से, पेशावर से, तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा कन्वीनियंट था। तो 3, 4, 5 लोग हमारी क्लास में भी और दूसरी क्लासेस में होते थे जो कि इसी तरह कार पूल करके तो आ जाया करते थे और क्लासेस पढ़ी और उसके बाद निकल जाते थे। और कुछ लोगों ने तो यहाँ पे हॉस्टल की फैसिलिटी भी ली हुई थी and some people had their own arrangement and that was kind of a classes come a bit of excursion also. और रास्ते में बहुत सारे लोग शेयर करते थे कि हम जो केसेस होते हैं या आर्टिकल्स होते हैं वो PDF को उसकी ऑडियो सुनते हुए आ जाते थे और साथ अपने नोट्स बनाते थे। और हमें क्योंकि यहाँ पे टाइम ऐसा मिलता है, हमारा स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा होता है कि ग्रुप स्टडीज भी बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं और ग्रुप डिस्कशंस होती हैं, और हमारी क्लासेस भी इस तरह से स्ट्रक्चर्ड होती थी कि आधा घंटा हम पहले ग्रुप डिस्कशन करते थे, फिर उसके बाद क्लासेस होती थी, और रीडिंग्स हमें फिर फास्ट रीडिंग की बहुत ज़्यादा आदत हो गई थी, पढ़ के तो लाइक वी कुड read through an entire case of about 30 pages in about 1 hour and 30 minutes, और उसकी रिटेंशन और नोट्स और ये सारा कुछ। तो ये चीज़ है कि जब आप इस एनवायरनमेंट में आएंगे जो इतनी एकेडमिकली सुपर चार्ज किस्म की एनवायरनमेंट होती है, तो आपकी कैपेसिटीज भी बिल्ड होती हैं और आप सीखते भी हैं। वो एकेडमिकली इतना चैलेंजिंग होता है, इंटेलेक्चुअली इतना चैलेंजिंग होता है, और फिर जो यहाँ पर एनेबलिंग एनवायरनमेंट है लम्स में, ये एनवायरनमेंट ऐसी है कि आपकी जितनी भी क्रिएटिव एनर्जीज हैं दे कम आउट एट देयर बेस्ट। तो मैं तो समझता हूँ कि इट्स ए लाइफ टाइम अपॉर्चुनिटी कि आप लम्स में आए, लम्स का कल्चर उसको करीब से देखें, उसका पार्ट बने, उसमें इमर्स हों। और ये जो वीकेंड्स होते हैं इसमें कैंपस थोड़ा सा क्वाइट होता है रिलेटिवली, लेकिन स्टिल यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स, फैकल्टी और आपके अपने जो बैचमेट्स होते हैं, दूसरे जो आपसे सीनियर्स या जूनियर्स होते हैं, वो वहाँ पे होते हैं। तो इट्स अ वेरी हैपनिंग प्लेस। और आप जब खोखा की लाइफ है, फिर आपकी पीडीसी की लाइफ है, फिर आपकी जो डिस्कशन फोरम्स होते हैं, आप डिस्कशंस कर रहे होते हैं, फिर हम लोगों को यहाँ पे रातें भी गुजारनी पड़ जाती होती थी जब असाइनमेंट्स होती थी, फिर हमें एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस भी बाज़ औक़ात रिक्वेस्ट करनी पड़ती थी टीचर्स से, और हमें वो एक्स्ट्रा टाइम देते थे। और मुझे याद है कि एक दफ़ा डॉक्टर जमशेद वाज रियली सिक बट ही वाज विद अस, रात 10-10 बजे तक वो हमें पढ़ाया करते थे। सेम गोज फॉर अदर फैकल्टी मेंबर्स। तो इतनी ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्वमेंट और एंगेजमेंट होती है कि टाइम कैसे गुजरता है, कब गुजरता है, उसको आपको पता नहीं चलता। और एक क्लास से दूसरी क्लास के दरमियान में भी आप अपने क्लास पार्टिसिपेशन की भी तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं, और साथ साथ आप ये सब कुछ कर रहे होते हैं। तो आई थिंक अब ये मोटरवे बन गया है, तो इस मोटरवे से कराची और लाहौर का फासला, अब एक सेक्शन बीच में सिर्फ रह गया, तकरीबन 12 घंटे का रास्ता है। तो अगर 3-4 लोग मिलके like for example if they can make it and they can qualify and they can join the program, तो वो लर्निंग भी होगी, फन भी होगा, एक लाइफ टाइम एक्सपीरियंस भी होगा। तो दैट प्रीटी मच इज डेफिनेटली पॉसिबल। नाउ कमिंग टू द सेकंड पार्ट के जो इस प्रोग्राम का रिगर है, आई वुड इमेजिन डॉक्टर साहब ने पहले भी एक्सप्लेन किया है कि जो हमारी AASCB एक्रेडिटेशन है, इट स्पीक्स ऑफ द क्वालिटी एंड रिगर ऑफ द प्रोग्राम। मेरा तो फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस है कि मैं ये समझता हूँ एंड आई कैन से दैट सेफली कि मैं अगर अपनी बाकी की एजुकेशन को एक तरफ रख दूं, और ये जो 2 साल मैंने लम्स में गुजारे थे, बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क है। आई थिंक इट वुड बी हैवियर, क्योंकि इसमें जो डॉक्टर हसन कह रहे थे, आई थिंक के MBS भी लोग कर लेते हैं, लोग और भी डिग्रीज कर लेते हैं जो कि बिजनेस सेवी भी होती हैं, बट जो एक स्ट्रेटेजिक कॉम्पिटेंस आपकी डेवलप होती है, चाहे वो कोई भी फील्ड है, चाहे आप HR को देखें, चाहे आप सप्लाई चेन को देखें, चाहे आप मार्केटिंग को देखें, किसी भी एरिया को देखें, उसकी एक स्ट्रेटेजिक डोमेन होती है। तो लम्स की ये कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज है कि वो आपको वो स्ट्रेटेजिक विजन मिलता है, और वो स्ट्रेटेजिक विजन आपको बहुत आगे ले जाता है, क्योंकि जो बात आप स्ट्रेटेजी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से करते हैं वो बहुत भारी होती है, इट कैरीज लॉट ऑफ वेट, और वो बड़ी लॉन्ग टर्म होती है। यानी अगर आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी सही हो जाए तो पूरे बिजनेस की डायरेक्शन ठीक हो जाती है। सो आई थिंक कोई भी प्रोग्राम, उसकी सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ ये होती है कि वो आपको सही स्ट्रेटेजी बनाना सिखा दे। तो आज अगर जो लोग इस प्रोग्राम को ज्वाइन करेंगे, अगर उनको सप्लाई चेन स्ट्रेटेजी और रिटेल स्ट्रेटेजी की सही समझ आ जाए, तो ऑपरेशंस आर इजी इन द सेंस के वो ट्रांसलेशन है स्ट्रेटेजी की, और उसमें स्टेप्स हैं, स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3, स्टेप 4, और उसको आपने अपनी जगह, वो भी बहुत अहम है, उसको उसकी मैं वैल्यू को कम नहीं कर रहा, बट व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज कि अगर आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी गलत होगी तो बाकी सब कुछ सही कर लेंगे ना, तो भी आप अपने बिजनेस गोल्स नहीं अचीव कर सकेंगे। लेकिन अगर आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी ठीक होगी तो बाकी जगहों में अगर कोई थोड़ी सी कमी भी रह जाएगी तो यू विल स्टिल अचीव योर गोल्स। वो उतने एफिशिएंट नहीं होंगे क्लियरली, बट इफेक्टिव फिर भी होगा, क्योंकि आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस सही थी। सो आई थिंक विद दिस प्रोग्राम आपका जो एक यूजुअल डे होगा, आपको अपने वीकेंड जो अगली क्लास में आने से पहले तक अपनी रीडिंग्स करनी होंगी, उनके नोट्स बनाने होंगे, जो असाइनमेंट्स आपको मिली होंगी उनके ऊपर आपको काम करना होगा। और क्योंकि माफ़ी नहीं है, यहाँ पे जो ग्रेडिंग सिस्टम है वो भी क्लास एवरेज पे बेस्ड है। आपको एक ग्रेड्स भी जो है वो रिलेटिव, आई थिंक यहाँ पे भी वही होंगे जो हमारे एमबीए में थे। तो रिलेटिव ग्रेडिंग के अंदर फिर आपको माफी नहीं है, आपने परफॉर्म करना है, क्लास एवरेज से ऊपर आपने परफॉर्म करना है, और उसके लिए फिर आपको बड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है। तो मेहनत जरूर करनी पड़ेगी, अपनी रीडिंग्स आपको पूरी करनी पड़ेगी, जो भी असाइनमेंट्स होंगी वो करनी पड़ेगी, जो भी एक्सरसाइजेज हैं। और लम्स की ब्यूटी ये है कि आपका कोर्स शुरू होने से पहले आपके हाथ में हर चीज होगी, कौन से आर्टिकल्स, कौन से केसेस, कौन सी सिमुलेशंस, और सारा रीडिंग मटेरियल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए कोर्स पैक वो आपके हाथ में होगा। और ये भी लम्स का ही मैं समझता हूँ कि एक खासा है कि कोई डिले नहीं होती, क्लास 1 मिनट डिले नहीं होती। 1 मिनट क्लास डिले हो जाए तो टीचर को पेनल्टी पड़ जाती है, 1 मिनट आप लेट आएंगे तो आपको पेनल्टी पड़ जाएगी, आपकी सीपी मार्क नहीं होगी। ये ऐसा एक कल्चर है, और दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटीज की तरह नहीं है कि वहां पे टीचर्स जो मर्जी कर लें और स्टूडेंट्स कुछ नहीं कर सकते। तो यहाँ पर निज़ाम जो है वो फेयर है। सो यू विल हैव टू परफॉर्म, यू विल हैव टू रियली पुट योर बेस्ट एंड गिव योर बेस्ट, और रिजल्ट भी फिर उसके ऐसे हैं कि इंशाल्लाह आपको अपने कैरियर्स में भी सक्सेस मिलती है और अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ में भी।
थैंक यू एहसन, थैंक यू। आपने बड़ी डिटेल से हमें एक्सप्लेन किया कि स्टूडेंट लाइफ किस तरह की होती है और उसकी एप्लीकेशन आगे क्या क्या भी है। लेकिन अब मैं डॉक्टर जज्जा के पास आऊंगा। डॉक्टर जज्जा, स्कॉलरशिप्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा गाइड कीजिएगा। क्या हमारे पास स्कॉलरशिप्स हैं? फाइनेंशियली किस तरह से लम्स असिस्ट करता है उन स्टूडेंट्स को जो कि MSc के लिए अप्लाई करेंगे?
Okay, so Amar scholarships may in graduate programs. Yesterday also I was hearing this panel answering a similar question. I think we are one of the only business, I think very few in the world who are offering 50% scholarship to women. So if you get admitted on merit, so 50% scholarship for women is guaranteed. Second, we also have some merit scholarships, which are based on the admission merit ranking, and that is to attract the best talent and also to support the talent which requires financial support. So definitely details are given on the website, and students can explore there, applicants can explore there. So these are two possibilities of scholarships. Also, there are opportunities of loans. We can, as LUMS, we connect students with the, I think MCB or another bank. So we connect students with them, and then they can get loan from there that they can pay after their graduation, staggered over time. So those are some of the opportunities that students can use to support their fee and program and stay at LUMS.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jajja. बिल्कुल जैसे Dr. Jajja ने कहा कि we are offering 50% scholarship to all the admitted female candidates. Students, फिर हमारे पास merit scholarships भी हैं, और उसके अलावा loans that you can get from MCB, but it will be a student personal loan and on very favorable conditions as well. अब एक question है जो कि I'll start with Dr. Usman and then I'll move to Dr. Hassan. बट आई रिक्वेस्ट कि अगर हम इसे प्रिसाइसली इसको मैनेज कर लें इस क्वेश्चन को, कि इस थीसिस और फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट ऑप्शन अवेलेबल, और दूसरा ये चीज होगी कि कितना ज्यादा रिसर्च कंपोनेंट जो है इस हमारे प्रोग्राम के अंदर मौजूद है। डॉक्टर उस्मान, आपसे स्टार्ट करते हैं, एंड वी हैव लाइक 2 minutes to get the complete answer for this question from both of you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ammar. But I would say that Dr. Shakil will be more appropriate to answer this particular question, the thesis of final project part.
Okay, so let's move on to Dr. Shakil then.
Okay, so on the project, see, this is not a typical research projects that MS programs have. This is more applied research project, where we will see projects from the industry, and these projects will be based on problems that already exist in the industry. And those companies or organizations already have committed themselves to take those activities as project. They have identified those problems, and they are already on their, you can say, radar, and they would want to address them in next 6 months to 1 year time. So what we'll do is we'll talk to the industry, we'll get those projects, and we'll also encourage students to get those projects from the industry. And then students spend those 6 months on that project, solving the problem and also creating applied knowledge in that problem. So that's the idea of the project in the third part of the third semester of the course. And Ehsan Umar will be, inshallah ta'ala, leading that endeavor in the program of managing projects, bringing the project. That's also a creative part of these MS new programs that we have launched. This industry executive, having an industry person on the program's design and delivery, fully engaged, will bring these projects and also the program much more relevance than it could be otherwise.
Understood. And Dr. Shakil, एक question हमारे पास आ रहा है आदिल की तरफ से, and Adil says how many years of work experience is required for the program? आप अगर दोबारा address कर सकें इस question.
Yes, I think I somehow missed this part. There is no minimum experience requirement for the entry in this program, but experience will be acknowledged and accredited.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Shakil, आपने explain कर दिया.
Yes, so it will have weightage, but there is no minimum requirement.
Okay, so it's favorable कि अगर आप हमारे पास experience के साथ आते हैं, but it is not established as a minimum requirement कि आपको कोई भी experience चाहिए, let alone कोई खास number of years के experience. So, all right, that'll be it. Dr. Shakil, Hassan, Usman, and Ehsan, thank you very much for sharing this platform with me. It has been my privilege entirely. And I am I'm certain कि हमारी audience को जो है, they are much more aware as to what should they do, how this program will be of benefit to them, and how best should they approach the admissions application this year for MS Supply Chain and Retail Management. But again, as I always say, before we sign off, मैं आपको फिर से याद दिला दूं, I'd like to remind you once again that the last day to fill in your online application, admission application last day जो है वो 8th June है, and you must make sure whichever test you are going to go for, whether it is GRE or GMAT or GAT CAT, you need to have taken it by 1st of June. So please make sure आपने ये चीजें कर ली हैं. Please start working on filling in your admission application right away. And that's it. So thank you very much for joining us today. And tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be seeing you for our webcast for MS Healthcare Management and Innovation. So till then, thank you very much. Best of luck.